the Emma Original Mattress review. I've got to start by saying I got this mattress for free. It's the third mattress I've had from Emma. All the mattresses that I review are my own personal opinion. Unfortunately, that means a lot of companies are not happy for me to take hold of one of their mattresses because I take it apart and I look at the layers and I give you all the specifications. In the mattress industry, that's not something they particularly like to do. However, Emma are quite happy for me to have a mattress. It's the third mattress. Why have I had this now second Emma Original? Well, they say because they've updated their Emma Original. It's now new and improved. Indeed, you will see they had a Best Buy 2018 on Which magazine, and now they have a 2019 Best Buy, which magazines say are absolutely top of the field for durability, which is quite relevant, and I'll get onto that in a minute. Just to say, Emma do two different mattresses. This is the all foam Emma Original. They do another one, the Emma Hybrid, which has micro pocket springs under the top layer, and that's the difference between the two mattresses. Also, this is UK specific. They sell mattresses across all of Europe. They are a little bit different, it seems, in most of the countries, and certainly the UK version, which does come and is manufactured and delivered from the UK, and they do have a base in the UK, even though Emma is a German company. Emma Mattress, I believe, is the actual name. However, based in the UK for the UK version, which is different from the versions across Europe, but they do have one thing in common. Emma use Ergo-Cell on their top layer. So when you read the website and you're reading about Emma, one of the things that will hit you will be Ergo-Cell. So what exactly is that? Well, that's their take on polyurethane foam. Of course, well, a lot of these online mattresses that I've been reviewing all have in common polyurethane foam. Indeed, if it's memory foam, it's also polyurethane foam, but they come in various mixes. There are many ways you can mix a polyurethane foam, and they'll come out in very different properties, not least different firmness levels, but all the other properties, whether it's responsive or not, and other things like that, etc. It's whether it dissipates heat better than other mattresses. All comes down to how they mix their proprietary version of polyurethane foam. So in this case, it's called Ergo-Cell, and they say the cells are larger than in a normal open cell polyurethane foam, which means better for cooling, which is an issue when it comes to foam mattresses, but not as much as it would be with a memory foam mattress. So it's a German company, Emma Mattress. They started in Germany in 2015, but came to the UK late 2016, early 2017. It's worth noting how long some of these companies have been around and how well they're doing. Some companies are not doing that well. However, Emma have apparently sold over 300,000 mattresses and have one of the lowest return rates, they say, in the industry at 5%, which is very, very low, because one of the problems with some of these online companies is they get a lot of returns. It costs them a lot of money to market their mattresses. They're not making much. It's called Emma because the founder's sister is called Emma. The design aims around this mattress is it's durable, but it's light. If you've ever tried to move a foam mattress, they are quite heavy. I mean, polyurethane is not going to come as heavy as a high density latex mattress, but it's still going to be quite heavy. This is a single, it's not too bad to move. But with the king sizes, you could be talking 30, 40, 50 kilos. It's quite substantial. So when they say it's durable but it's light, that is something to be desired. Obviously, it's a bed in a box. When you get the box, it comes with a little welcome pack, and also comes with a handy safety blade for taking off the wrapping. Of course, it's a vacuum packed when it comes in the box. So it's a 24 centimeter high mattress. It has 3 centimeters of polyurethane Ergo-Cell on top. It has 2 centimeters of memory foam below that. It has a 16 centimeter polyurethane base. As I said, I will talk about that in more detail. Other headlines are normally 100-night warranty, but now we're hitting the coronavirus situation, and it's a big deal. Social distancing. At the moment, at the time of this video, and for the foreseeable future, Emma are doing a 200-night trial. They're doing free delivery to your door, and they're calling it a no-contact delivery. There is no requirement to sign for the mattress, so you will still be able to social distance, have a 200-night trial, and take delivery of your Emma mattress. If you can find a store open, you can buy and try Emma in stores. You can get them from DFS, Carpetright and John Lewis. So I'm going to tell you a bit more about the mattress. I'm going to have a lay on it. I should point out I've been sleeping on this mattress for a month and I'll tell you all my experiences. So it's a white cover. It's got grey on the sides. It has a little band going around the side which is navy blue, and it has some Emma branding on the side. One of the things I like most about this mattress and the cover has integrated handles, and they're actually quite wide. Even better than that, the handles are on the side, making the mattress easier to move. Not only is it durable and lighter than an equivalent polyurethane foam mattress, it's even easier to move because not all of them give you handles. I find that really handy. I don't know why a lot of them don't do handles. And then some of them that do, put them right on the base, which I don't find particularly useful. So that's good. Something else that's good is it unzips from the top. Remember, you're not going to be moving these, flipping these around, because these are no-turn mattresses, because it has an integrated base. So you rotate them, and you're advised to rotate them regularly, especially first 30 days or more. Keep rotating it so the wear is even. When I say the wear, there's going to be a breaking in period where it's going to be softening a bit quicker than it will further down the line, because it's normal settlement with the foam as it properly breaks in. So there is a zip on the top, so you don't even have to move the mattress to take the cover off. A lot of mattresses say, don't remove our cover, and it's like the world would explode if you remove their cover. And some of them go as far as, certainly Simba used to go as far as putting a tag on the zip, so you can't take it off. Some have no zip at all. But this one you can take off, and then you can stick it in a washing machine at 40 degrees. So that's really useful. The cover itself is 100% polyester on the top, and the bottom is polyester and polypropylene. It's a nice, smooth feeling cover, not as thin as some of them. It has a bit more of a substantial feel to it. Why are so many covers polyester? Well, there's a good reason why they use polyester. Polyester, of course, is a petrochemical. However, it's highly wicking, which means it takes the moisture away from your body, allowing it to evaporate much easier. It's also very durable, so it's why they use polyester a lot on mattresses. What's it like then? You've had a quick overview. You really want to know, okay, what's it like? I'll tell you straight away, it's on the firmer side. That's not to say it's so firm that you can't sink in. I'm clearly sinking in. In fact, I'll show you that you do sink in with my 16 kilo weight. That's certainly sinking in. However, it will feel firmer than some of the other mattresses. Indeed, it's in line with the Lisa Luxury Hybrid in terms of feel, but not as firm as the really firm mattresses such as Eve, the Opti Hybrid and the Bruno mattress. Just a bit firmer than mattresses like ErgoFlex and the Lisa Original. However, I should point out, it's definitely on the firmer side. And that's one thing you're going to know. Now, on the firmer side, that does mean it's going to suit tummy sleepers who should be using, well, they shouldn't be sleeping on their tummy, but should be having a firm fill if you're on your tummy to stop your hips sinking in and doing your back in. And that's certainly comfortable when I'm laying on my tummy. Now, I'm not a tummy sleeper, but that did feel fine to me. It may be slightly firmer than I would normally go for. However, I did sleep on this for a month without issues. I found it perfectly fine. This also would be a good base for a topper. I am a fan of toppers to fine-tune your mattress. If you're going to use a topper, you want a mattress that's slightly firmer than you really want, because when you add the topper, in theory, it's going to be perfect. It also means if you're on the heavier side, it's going to feel a bit softer to you. So if you're a back sleeper, you're a bit heavier, a good option. Obviously, you normally, depending on the feel you personally want, you got to remember it's relative to your weight. So 13 stone feels a little bit firm to me. It certainly is firm to the
relatively to other mattresses that I've tried, because I do try and test them all. But if you are on the heavy side, you're probably wanting something a bit firmer. Otherwise, you're going to have issues in sinking in. What about for the side sleeping? I am also a back side sleeper. There is zoning on Emma, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. The thing is, because there's a relatively small amount of comfort layer, there's 5 centimeters of comfort layer and a 16 centimeter base, the zoning is at the top of the base. That means it's only 5 centimeters down. They've got quite substantial zoning at the shoulder, and you do noticeably sinking more at the shoulder because of that zoning than you do at the hip area, where there is some zoning but not as heavy as the shoulder area. So the zoning does work a bit better than a lot of mattresses that put the zoning right at the bottom. The further down the mattress, the zoning, the less pressure it's going to be taking from your weight at the top. So the less effect it's going to have on the overall feel of the mattress. Because it's at the top of the base and there's only 5 centimeters comfort layer, which is why it has a firm feel, the zoning has more effect in the Emma. So they have taken shoulders into account. It does give more at the shoulders. I didn't have any major issues. I'd say good option for tummy sleepers. Certainly a good option for heavier individuals. Not terrible for side sleepers. However, normally if you more than 60% on your side, you may want a bit more give than a firmer mattress like this would give. But however, it's not uncomfortable, I have to say. And some mattresses I really can't sleep on after a week because it's giving me backaches. I had no problem with them. King size would come in around 29 kilo, whereas a typical equivalent polyurethane foam mattress would come in 31 to 36 kilos. So there is quite a bit of difference. And if moving the mattress is an issue to you, that's a big reason to be thinking about the Emma. Now, edge support. Often foam mattresses that are firm have an advantage when it comes to edge support because there's already less give. However, I find most foam mattresses, much of a likeness when it comes to edge support. They're never going to be the best, but they don't collapse entirely. In terms of where I found Emma for edge support, just about middle ground. I thought it was pretty decent for a foam mattress, on a par with the firmer Eve behind the Bruno. However, I've got Lisa Luxury Hybrid and the ErgoFlex a little bit higher. However, I've got Emma doing better than all my other mattresses. However, in terms of, am I going to fall off the edge? Does it have the roll-off effect? And I'll show absolutely no roll-off effect at all, I can tell you. Is actually very good for the roll-off effect. There is none, and I certainly would get more in some other equivalent mattresses. Point elasticity. So, how much of the foam is affected? Around the areas where you're pushing down most. If I push down with my 16 kilo weight there, very little of the foam is affected. By here, already that's not affected at all. Better than most of the mattresses I've tried, in line with the likes of the ErgoFlex and the Eve. I thought a pretty good result for Emma. Is it going to heat up? Foam mattresses have a reputation for not being great for sleeping cool. That normally comes down to people who slept on a memory foam mattress. Memory foam is really not great at all for sleeping cool because it works by taking in your heat and molding as it gets hotter. So this is polyurethane foam. Now on top, it does have memory foam below that, but you're not going to be affected by that memory foam layer because it's not in direct contact with your body and your body heat. Actually, talking about heat, I do want to point out, you can use an electric blanket on this mattress. Not all of them will allow you to use an electric blanket, especially if you're using memory foam. However, it's worth noting you can use an electric blanket with the Emma Original. So it's not a memory foam mattress top layer. That's going to be meaning you're going to sleep cooler than you would do on a memory foam mattress. ErgoCell is said to have larger pores, which means more air within that layer means you're going to sleep a bit cooler. So I'm not particularly sensitive to heat. I didn't have any heat issues on this mattress, and it's not summer, so it's not something that I would normally have a problem with this time of year. So no heat issues for me. on paper is one of the better options in terms of a foam mattress outside of a latex mattress if heat may be a problem to you. Motion transfer. So you're moving, your partner moves, how much of that motion is transferred over to your side of the bed. I test this by dropping various weights onto the mattress while I have a line of bottles, and I measure and I look at how many bottles have knocked over and how many have moved. I found Emma surprisingly good for a firmer feeling mattress. One of the better mattresses I have tested for motion transfer. Being good with motion transfer normally means it's absorbing all your motion, and that also means it's not going to be very bouncy. So often mattresses that are good for not transferring much motion are not great when it comes to bounce. And I say, well, not great, because I will get on to why you might want some bounce. However, in terms of is it a bouncy mattress, there is some bounce. It's about middle ground of the mattresses that I've personally tried, but given that it was pretty good for motion transfer, that's a good result to be middle ground for the amount of bounce. I test the top layer by dropping a tennis ball, and I test the deeper layers by dropping heavy weights onto it and seeing just how much they bounce. So the fact that it does have some bounce, even though it's slightly on the foam side, means you do get feedback. Means, in my opinion, it's a decent option for a mattress for sex. A good mattress for sex, to me, is something that has some feedback, but it's not too soft and it's not too firm. So some comfort is a factor, along with bounce and spring. So yeah, it's surprisingly how many people really want to know, is it a good mattress for sex? And I would say it's not a bad option at all. So I'm going to show you the mattress in more detail. So as I said, it's very easy to take this cover off because the zip is on the top and it comes right away. So the top comes right off. It's a two-piece cover. And there is your ergo cell. I like the ergo cell because I like what it looks like, a nice clear blue sky with a little bit of cloud. Maybe I'm just being a bit weird here, but saying I like the look of this foam that you'll never see because you'll have the cover on. Going to point out, first of all, straight away, our 3 centimeters of ergo cell, 2 centimeters memory foam, and then our base. I'll give you a look at the base layer by taking this cover right off. So been talking about densities. In terms of Emma, around 43 kilos per cubic meter for the top layer. As I said, there's a lot more air, according to Emma, in that layer, which is why the density is going to, on paper, be a bit lower. But it's that way by design because it's been designed to be more durable. However they've mixed it and the chemicals they put in it certainly is more durable. It's going to help the sleep cooler because of the extra amount of air you've got in there. It also keeps the mattress light. 43 kilos per cubic meter. 50 kilos per cubic meter, which is what they all seem to use for the second layer down. Why would you add memory foam if it's not on the top layer? It's not absorbing your body heat in the same way. It's not doing the molding job you normally expect from memory foam. Well, putting it under there just means it's doing a different job than if it was on the top layer. So it does give a slightly duller feel to the mattress. It is quite bouncy. It would have been maybe too bouncy without memory foam on the second layer there. It does respond slower than normal polyurethane foam. That's something you either like or don't like. This ergo cell, which is polyurethane foam, is pretty responsive. I push down, that's coming straight, I mean instantly comes back to its shape. But the memory foam below will not be responding quite as quick, so it will still add molding properties to that layer. It would also help it be not quite as bouncy, and you're also still getting a responsive mattress. Now, the base layer, as you can see, it's zoned. And I'm pointing out again, as I've already mentioned, the zoning is on the top. A lot of them put the zoning at the bottom or in the middle, where it has less effect. As you can see, the more I push down, the less that's being affected below it. And that means if that zoning had been on the bottom, it would have very little effect. However, now, as you can see, where it's the heavier zoning, the bigger holes that have been cut are at shoulder level. In the middle, you have smaller holes. So not just that the bigger holes at the shoulder level, they're closer together than they are at the middle. So there is substantially more zoning at the shoulder level. And there is certainly more give if I push down there than when I push down there. So you're getting good support for your hips not sinking in, especially if you're a tummy sleeper, but you're still getting good shoulder support on your sides if you're a side sleeper, albeit, bear in mind, it's on the firmer side relative to mattresses that I have personally tried. Not as firm as the really firm mattresses like the Yachty, the Eve and the Bruno. And it's in line with something like the Lisa Luxury Hybrid. 36 kilos per cubic meter is what I believe the bottom layer is, and it certainly works out if I weigh the whole mattress. 36 kilos per cubic meter is a good density for a base layer. The base layer is taking more of your weight than it would do normally. 5 centimeters. It's not a huge amount for a top layer, and I'm talking about relative to other similar mattresses. If you get cheaper mattresses, you'll have even less density and you'll have even less comfort layers. So I'm always talking relative to other mattresses I've personally tried, which are all around the similar level. They're all basically online mattresses, and apart from the Visganti, which is a really cheap mattress, the others are all priced around the same, some slightly more expensive than others. So to sum all that up, your Emma is lighter than similar mattresses. It's going to be easier to move. There are a lot of nice features. Ergocell promises to sleep a bit cooler than similar polyurethane top layer mattresses. It's going to be easy to move. The cover being machine washable is a big deal. Having handles is a big deal. No, it is on the firmer side without being terribly firm. I personally have slept on this for a month, which I would not normally be able to do on a firm mattress, and I did that without issue. I do normally like a bit more give, but I found this fine. I didn't get any backache, which would normally happen. It is currently a 200 night trial, so that's what, about 9 months I think, off the top of my head, something like that. Certainly long enough to try, and I have to say, a lot of the mattresses, now they're saying they only get 5% coming back. A lot of mattress feedback that I get, complaints, I don't know why people complain to me, not much I can do about it, but they do tell me they can't believe how quickly some of these mattresses have softened up. 200 nights, you are really going to know if your mattress is going to soften up or not. Some of these mattresses will soften up within 4 weeks to the point of being a completely different mattress than you originally had. So overall, I like the Emma Original. For me personally, slightly on the firm side, but I could see a lot of people being happy on this mattress. The fact that 2 years running, who do quite extensive testing, have said one of the most durable mattresses they've tried. So I hope you found my Emma mattress review of interest. Just to point out, it is a mattress that I've had for free. It is my third Emma. Is that a big deal? It is to me personally, because I struggle to get free mattresses. I do pay, well, I have in the past paid for a lot of my mattresses, but it's becoming an expensive hobby. So I didn't realise that when some of these people would offer you a mattress, they'd also ask for some input in what you're going to say. Well, that's something that I will never do. There are companies that I continue to ask because I get requests to try their mattresses. Companies like Remfit, Casper, Otti, Simba, Eve, companies that I just can't get a mattress off. Some of them don't answer at all. Some of them give a nice reply, but no, we're not interested. Emma is one of the companies that do support what I do, don't make any requirements on what I say. So I hope you got something out of my review, and I thank you for watching.
UK